So in the previous class, we have tasted a few lines of Romeo that came from the depth of his heart at the sight of the dancing damsel that captured his imagination. We have seen the 3 lines of his 10-line soliloquy. In the first line, he is using a metaphor comparing indirectly the brightness of the torch and the brightness of the girl dancing there, and in comparison the bright torch that glitters brightly against the darkness appears dim. So bright is the brightness of that girl, just like candlelight disappears in front of the sunlight. The second line we have seen a beautiful personification. Night is personified and the hero is speaking about the heroine as she is hanging on the cheek of night. Again, night is dark. Cheek of night also is dark. She has been already established as very bright, brighter than the bright torch. Again, here that continues that comparison. Brightness on the face of the girl and the darkness of the night. Third line, there is a very clear simile comparison. She is compared to the bright jewel that is dangling on the earlobe of the dark Ethiopian woman. Brightness of the diamond on one side and the darkness of the earlobe of the African woman. Again, wonderful contrast to bring. Now we continue. Next is Romeo is telling beauty. Yes, after expressing all these things, he doesn't know how to continue. He is failing for words. He says there is no word to express her beauty. Whatever is the vocabulary in the dictionary will not be able to express what she really is. Also, he wonders whether that the girl belongs to this earth, because earth cannot have such a creature on it. So divine, so celestial. He feels by mistake the girl, a goddess has come down from heaven to earth and is dancing on the stage. So he says, for earth too dear. So shows a snowy dove trooping with the cross. Now he is again coming to after these 4 lines, Romeo is coming to the dancing group. We have seen in the beginning all the dancing damsel is a beautiful girl. All the dancing damsels are equally beautiful, one more beautiful than the other. But normally in every group dance, one who is dancing at the center would be exceptionally beautiful. We see all the films, especially Hindi films, the heroine would be always dancing at the center and all around would be dancing just to enhance her performance. So now Romeo is telling the same thing. See the troupe. Troupe is a group that dances. And he has become so uncharitable towards the other girls because he wants to highlight the beauty of the girl who has captured his heart. He says, although look like a crow, black bird. In front of this girl, who appears to be a white dove. Of course, he has been good towards this girl, comparing her to white dove. It has different meanings. Whiteness stands for purity, and dove traditionally understood as a bird that heralds peace, love and peace. So he is saying, snowy dove, that also snowy. Snow means so pure white, not tinge of any dirt on this snow. So white snowy dove trooping with the cross, trooping all around black birds, at the center snow white dove. As I told you, again one more comparison between crow and snow white dove. His darling, his heartthrob is the snow white dove, and all around her who are performing to enhance her performance are considered or treated as dark black crows. Now, how? As yonder lady over here, yonder means that means the centrally dancing girl among her fellows. Fellow means equals. Fellow means equal. Dancing, normally all would be equal, almost equal in age, in size, in height, all are equals, but this one stands apart. No comparison. So shows the snowy dove trooping with the cross as yonder on the stage, lady over her fellow shows. So this is the first part of the appreciation on the part of Romeo for the girl dancing there. 6 lines, 6 figures of speech. Something unimaginable. This is the poetry of Shakespeare. That's why today, how many lovers lived on this earth? They are dead and gone. Romeo and Juliet, they also loved, they also lived, they have died. But Shakespeare with his magic has brought them back to life. And today they have become the synonym for teenage love. As long as the world lives, as long as man lives on this earth, as long as man loves on this earth, the love story of Romeo and Juliet will be told and retold. Maybe Horatius would be reading, others might be watching on the screen in the theatre, a few might be watching the drama on the stage, others would be listening to it in the class as we do. It will go on forever and ever. Shakespeare has made it immortal. This is what we study. Now, what is the transformation in the mind of Romeo? Even we fail to understand this, despite of teaching it for many years and preparing it, we don't fail to understand how the transformation in the mind of Romeo could take place so fast. Just imagine, at the first sight, it was an amazement. Amazement instantly transformed into an admiration. Admiration gives way to a passion. Passion gives way to love. And then this love gives for attraction. And finally, all these together makes that damsel someone divine. This is what Shakespeare's love. Love that is ultimately spiritual only survives. The hero with his magic power of poetry has transformed that girl into a goddess. Earlier he had referred to it. This is not the proper place for her. She must be a goddess that has, who has come down from earth to dance on the stage to make happy human beings. Now he goes one step further. So much of transformation took place in him. So much of change took place in him. Imagine the young boy in deep depression came pressurized by his friends Mercutio and Benvolio to attend the party just to have a sight of Rosalind. Forgets all about the Rosalind. Rosalind has been evaporated into thin air. Now what he says, the measure done. Measure means a dance. Still they are dancing. Done means over. He says, when the dance is over, I will watch her place of stand. So, when the dance is over, so till the dance is going on, he can't see where she is always dancing. One of the qualities of dance is quick movement. So she would be moving very fast. So he is waiting for the moment for the dance to be over so that she will stand at a place. He is waiting for that. Now, the matter done, I will watch her place of stand and touching his make blessed my rude hand. Here, Shakespeare has expressed volumes in this one line. Volumes in the one line. I will watch her place of stand. What's it? He has already transformed her into a goddess. All these stages, amazement, attraction, affection, all over. Now it has become a spiritual reality. She is a goddess. And he says he would watch the place of her stand. That is, the place where she stands is a shrine, a temple. In that temple she is the goddess. And poor lover instantly transforms himself into a pilgrim. Pilgrims are devotees visiting shrines to get the blessings of gods and goddesses. We have innumerable pilgrims going to different places like Dharmasthala, Tirupati, Chamundi. Why do people go? The human heart always craves for the divine blessing. And they feel, once they go to the temple and touch the statue of goddess, they feel the spiritual electricity passes to them from goddess. He wants to have that experience, the place of her stand, and he becomes a pilgrim, moving towards the shrine, just to touch the hand of the goddess, and in the process getting his rough hand blessed. Man in contact with the divinity becomes divine. See how beautifully Shakespeare has brought it up. And touching hairs means her hand, goddess hand. Make blessed my rude hand. See my hand, hopeless hand. But if I get a chance to touch the goddess hand with this hand, my hand becomes blessed. And the real drama, so much is about there. He wants to touch. Goddess first refuses it. He wants to kiss. Goddess says, goddesses are not for kissing. He says, Goddess also have got lips. She says, Goddess lips is for prayer, not for kissing. All those in the drama. Alright. Now what he says, touching hands make blessed my rude hand. Now, art of sense, feeling. He forgets all about himself. Romeo forgets. What he says, did my heart love? Now only he feels something. Something gets snapped in the heart. Smitten by the love bug, he asks, did my heart love till today? What was I doing all these days? What an infatuation I had. Rosalind. This is the moment I feel what love really is. Did my heart love till now? A question. And gives the answer. His master giving the answer. Forswear its sight. I promise, I swear in the name of my sight. In the name of my sight. I have never seen beauty till now. This first time I find such a beauty. See, for I never saw true beauty till this night. This night was a night of revelation for me. This night revealed it to me what real beauty is. And with uncontrollable love, he concludes the 10 lines of his soul. Spiritualizing the love, making the beloved goddess, lover transforming himself into a pilgrim, just touching to get the rude hand blessed with the divinity's contact. So, it's end of Romeo. Next class we will see how Juliet responds to it. Thank you.